everyone, and welcome back to Practically Zero Waste, a podcast for making zero waste living as practical as possible. How do you slow down consumerism? How do you build community? Do words like generosity and hyper-local gift economy thrill and delight you? Today I chat with Lauren Fitzsimmons, local admin for the Buy Nothing Project. She tells us all about the Buy Nothing Project and how to do just that, buy nothing. We talk gift giving, borrowing, lending, reaching out to neighbors, and how to slow life down one ask at a time. And before we start today's episode, if you have a chance today to scroll down to the bottom of the Apple Podcast app and give us a rating or review, we'd love to hear what you think of the show so far or any of our past 40 episodes. Holy moly. And if you hear anything today that you'd like to hear more about from Lauren or I, we'll put our contact info in at the end, so stay tuned. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Can you tell me a bit about your background and how you got involved in the Buy Nothing Project?
I am trained as an ecologist,
Cool.
and I have a really deep fascination with and interest in the natural world.
Yeah.
And I have 3 young children, and as a family, we're moving more and more toward trying to lighten our ecological footprint.
Cool. That's great.
And always looking for more ways we can do it. So we do a lot of the things like the random acts of green kind of things,
Yeah.
like composting and drying clothes on the line and cycling and things like that. But then also in terms of our consumption, we try to be mindful about buying locally, buying used, buying less, things like that. And we're always looking for more. So things like this podcast and other resources, I'm hungry to get more information and more resources and more tips. So
That's great. Yeah.
And so then that kind of segues into part 2. I heard about the Buy Nothing Project from a friend in Ottawa, and she was talking about this great event that she went to. It was like a free market where people brought their children's clothes they were finished with, and you could just go and find things for your children.
That's perfect.
And she was like, look at all this stuff I got, and it's so great, and I don't have to do back to school shopping. And I was like, wow, that sounds amazing. And she said, yeah, it was organized through my local Buy Nothing group. And that was the first time I heard about the project. And I thought, that is something I need to find out more about.
Do you know a little bit about how that started?
Yeah, so the project started in 2013 in Washington State by 2 women. And since then, it's grown to a worldwide project. So it's in over 30 countries now.
Wow.
And the idea is that it's hyper-local gift economies. And so the groups are based on Facebook. So it's a social platform there. And the idea is that you're making connections with neighbors, giving and asking and building community in these hyper-local gift economies.
Cool. A gift economy. I've never heard that expression before.
Yeah. So I actually have their mission here because I think they have really tweaked the words well. So their mission is to give, receive, lend, share, and show gratitude in hyper-local gift economies where the true wealth is the connections between real neighbors.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I like that so much.
I wasn't going to try to, rewrite that.
No, it's so well put.
Yeah.
So that's their whole mission, is to create these communities, this hyper-local, because so within Peterborough, the Buy Nothing Project exists, but it's even more local than just Peterborough. There's Buy Nothing Peterborough North, South, East City. Is there a West one? It's getting specific areas even within one city.
Right.
And I'm sure Ottawa is the same. Ottawa must have so many different boroughs.
They do have many different groups. Yeah.
So I love that it's so focused on getting to know each other. That was another one of our episodes, was called Transition Town, and it was all about just get to know your neighbors and the value of lending and borrowing and sharing.
Yes. That's one of the main goals of the project, is to build community and build connections between neighbors.
That's so cool. So why? It's so easy to buy stuff.
Yeah, and I think that it is a step away from what is so easy and so common. The project really focuses on abundance and how we all have an abundance of something, whether that's stuff. A lot of us have a lot of stuff and are happy to pass stuff on. But others have an abundance of time or of talent. And so there's also gifts. Gifts are encouraged beyond just stuff as well. And that's another way that you can build community between neighbors.
That's cool. I didn't know that it involved other things beyond stuff. So you can give like your time to rake your neighbor's lawn.
Exactly.
And it's all for free.
Yes.
Or not even with air quotes. It's actually all for free.
Yeah. Everything is given and asked for, no strings attached. And the only thing that we ask as administrators of the group is that people show gratitude for the gifts.
That's so beautiful.